grade 11 learners. Let's start with the analytical geometry. As I have indicated in one of the classes, that you need around 7 formulas. 7 formulas. The first formula is the distance formula, and I want this to be our common practice at the school. When you are requested to find the distance between A, B, for an example, you put here distance, D standing for distance AB, which is equals to the square root of the x at B minus the x at A squared plus the y at B minus the y at A squared. Just make sure that the square root here will always include everything here. Alright, then you'll be able to find the distance between AB. Okay, let's check. There is a assessment that is been given. Let's take for instance that you are given this one, the E and the F. Okay, the F is the x at E is 6 and the x at F is 2. Do you see that? The E, I mean the y at E is -2 and the y at F is -10. So let's try to solve this one. When you write the formula for the D, you must say D between E and F. Do you see that? Then is the square root of the x at F minus the x at E squared plus the y, y at F. And remember, if you start with F this side, you must also start with F the other side, minus the y at E all squared. Okay, now you need to substitute the point. By the way, the point are as follows. At E, let me just put the points here. At E you had 6 and -2 at E, and somewhere at F you had 2 and -10. All right, now you need to plug in this thing here, the square root of how much is the x at F. You go to F, the x at the F is 2, then you put the 2 there, minus the x at E. You go to E, you don't go to F again, you go to E. The x at E is 6, all right, 6 there, squared, plus the y at F. You go to F, y at F is -10 there, then minus, then you go to y at E. Y at E is -2, then it's -2. You see that I'm also including the 2 brackets so that these negatives here will remain multiplied. Then when you calculate this one, you can even use the calculator, there's no problem. This one here is -4. -4 squared is 16. All right, then the plus, this one here, negative multiplied by negative is positive, and minus 10 plus 2 is 8, and 8 squared is 64. Now this is the square root of 80. Remember, the question said giving your answers in the simplest sat form where necessary. Then let's check if there is necessary. Yes. This is the same as the square root of 16 multiplied by 5 is necessary. You remember about the sats. Then the square root of 16 is 4. So it will be 4 the square root of 5. I'm telling you, even if you can punch your calculator from here, it will give you this value here, and you are fine. Okay. So this is how we calculate the distance. Please make sure you master the distance formula without problems. All right. I hope at this point of time you can handle almost everything in exercise 4.1 number 1. The assessment I gave is A up to C. You can do that. All right. I want us to get to the midpoint. Midpoint. Okay, let me just clean up this thing here. Allow me to clean this thing here. Clean. Okay, just want to clean this one here. Good. Now, let me use a different pen this time. Now, people, the midpoint, when you have the distance on the line, you can always find the midpoint. Remember the formula for the midpoint. The midpoint of E and F. Let me show you. The formula for the midpoint is a coordinate. Midpoint formula is a coordinate. It looks like this. If you find the midpoint between E and F, look how we write this one. You can use any sign of midpoint. Some of the learners I've learned from grade 12, they are saying they are using T to indicate their midpoint. There's no problem. Anything. Some of the learners, they draw something there and they draw a dot there to indicate the midpoint. Look what is the formula of the midpoint EF. The midpoint EF. X at the midpoint is equals to, right? Is equals to the X, okay, at F plus the X at E, all right, divided by 2. And also the Y at the midpoint is equals to the Y at F plus the Y at E divided by 2. So this is the formula for finding the midpoint. Every time when you are requested to find the midpoint, write the formula like this. Okay, let this be our common practice. Common practice. Everybody, at the school, the X at the midpoint is equal to the X at F plus the X at F divided by 2. The Y at the midpoint is equals to Y at F plus Y at E divided by 2. Okay. Now let's see how much is the x at the midpoint. All right, let's see. Please, the midpoint is about coordinate and nothing else. Now look at this. The x at f, f is here, is 2. Is 2. Okay. The x at the midpoint is 2. Right? Plus, what is the x at E? Is 6. 6 divided by 2. The y at the midpoint is equals to, how much is y at f? Minus 10. Minus 10. The y at E is minus 2. Minus 2 divided by 2. Now this gives you the x at the midpoint is now equals to 2 plus 6 is 8 divided by 2 is 4. Look at this one. 10 minus this divided by 2 is 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Y at M is 4. Okay. Now the coordinate of the midpoint is 4 and 4. See? Please, let us have a common practice. Common practice. Grade 11s, common practice. Let's have common practice. I don't want, yes, I accept there are some learners who are writing x at 2 plus x at 1 divided by 2. This one. I'm not ruling it out unless otherwise you understand what you are doing. But this one, if we can make it our common practice, I'm telling you, you're going to win. You won't make a mistake. Okay? Even the one of the good days, you'll be given this midpoint and you'll be required to find the x at f. So you can use this formula. It's flexible. Okay? Thank you very much, people. We will get to other formulas. I don't want to make this video very long. Okay, let's meet in the other video clips. Thank you.